right now, we are going to get into a conversation, but before we get into the conversation, remember that earlier on the show, when we started, we talked about the aptitude test of the literacy challenge, and that is the level 2 of the literacy challenge. And this time around, we had 51 people writing this instead of 50. But before we get into that conversation of the aptitude test, which is the level 2, we also had a level 1, which is the essay writing competition. And we are going to be talking to the top three finalists, or the top 3 people that their essay really caught us. But before we get into that, let us check out this report put together by my colleague, Charles Kumi. We'll be right back.
The quest for the best GHS students in the entire country enters the next stage today. By that I mean the phase 2 of the CTFM ChannelOne TV Literacy Challenge, the 2024 edition. Already out of the many entries received, 51 of the students have been selected. Notice I said 51 because originally the number was supposed to be 50, but we're at 51 now. We'll get answers for you shortly, but 51 of these students have been selected after an essay competition. In this next phase, the students will be put through an aptitude test where they'll be required to answer questions ranging from current affairs to economy to environment and all other subjects that a GHS student, we believe, should be able to cover. Behind me, most of them are seated, some also trickling in. We're just about an hour and a half to the exam proper. It's pensive here, the students trying to gather their thoughts before they enter into the exam hall, but we'll try and tease out their thoughts a bit for you before they enter into that exam hall. Hello, what's your name?
Yaira Hachu.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
From which school?
Faith Kids Academy.
Okay, where is it based?
It's at Taifa.
Taifa. Okay, why did you enter the research challenge? Is this your first time?
No.
Oh, okay. You have a history. Tell me about it.
I first came to the literacy challenge when I was in GHS 1. Okay. And I made it to level 2, but I couldn't make it to the next level. Okay. So I've come again to try.
And you believe that this time around you'll make it to the next level?
Yes.
Hello, what's your name?
Lillian.
Lillian. You know that you're one of the best 50 GHS students in the entire country?
Yeah, shocking.
It's shocking, yeah. How does that make you feel?
Actually, I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yes.
Proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Are you nervous? What are you reading?
Social studies.
Social studies. I'm sure a few of that will pop up in the exam.
Yeah.
You're hoping so?
Yes.
Okay. Is this your first time?
Yes.
So the nervousness, everything, how have you guys dealt with it? Some people pray. What did you do?
I just have to encourage her. That's all.
And you feel encouraged enough to move to the next stage?
Yes.
All right, congratulations. Let me speak to you, sir. My name is Charles. What's yours?
My name is Lawrence Adams.
Lawrence Adams.
Amano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he always wear a tie?
Yes. It's part of our normal way of dressing sometimes.
You encourage your son to wear a tie?
Yes, he even loves it than myself. This is why I don't have. He had put it on.
I love wearing ties.
That's interesting. Then you've gotten a friend.
Yeah, I've got a friend. My friend, what's your name?
I'm Daniel Tichi Abano.
Daniel.
Yes.
You're from which school?
VR International School at Akusi.
VR International School.
Akusi.
How old are you? You look like you're 10.
I'm 13.
You're 13?
Yes.
GHS
3.
GHS 3. Yeah. How does it feel to have gone through the first phase?
I feel so proud looking at the number of participants who partook in this challenge, and I feel so proud and excited.
When you heard your name mentioned on radio, how was it? How was it? Tell me about it.
It was surprising because I didn't expect it. Yeah, since it's my first time, I was so happy.
Now you're going into the aptitude test. How have you prepared for it?
Well, since it's on general knowledge, I'm prepared, just that I'm nervous.
You're nervous, huh?
Yes.
I mean, nervousness is okay. I mean, we're all nervous when we're writing exam, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope to see you in the next round.
Yes.
Let's now go and check out the exam hall proper. Here we are. There we have it. We're actually at the John Dramani Mahama Center here at the Accra Digital Center. In just about an hour, our students will walk in here and go through that aptitude test that will qualify them into the next stage of the competition. I see the head of programs production at City FM ChannelOne TV. I told you I was going to get you on test while we're having 51 students instead of 50. Let's go to Apioko and ask her a few questions.
Initially, one of our contestants from Bolga couldn't make it. You know, it's a bit of a way off, and unfortunately, her parents, one is out of town, and her mom has a funeral. But later on, because the young lady was so eager to come and continue the competition, they got an uncle in Accra to host her here. So she actually traveled via plane from Bolga to Accra by herself. And her uncle met her at the airport, and she's here this morning. So that's why we have 51. So usually what would happen is if someone pulls out of the competition that way, we have a reserve list. So say the last person got 82%, and there's someone who got 81. We would now reach out to that person, sort of like a wait list, and say, okay, there's now a spot because someone has pulled out of the challenge, and so you can come in. But I mean, she rightfully earned her spot. We also couldn't tell the person who had already been contacted that don't come anymore. So all 51 of them are here today.
Okay, we're just about an hour to the real action. How are we shaping up?
No, I mean, we're very, very, very set. Our invigilators are here, led by David Kweku Sechi. They're just going through the question papers, making sure that every set of questions is as it should be. The right number of questions, all instructions printed very clearly and neatly so that the students can see properly, stapled in the correct order. And then if you look at their tables, everybody has a pen, a pencil, and an eraser. We do know that we have some students who may not necessarily be as privileged as others, or you can forget to, it's a big moment, so you can forget to bring your pencil case. So we said, don't worry, we've got pens, we've got pencils, we've got erasers. When you have sponsors who can pay for these things, it's not a problem, we are good. So everybody has that on their table.
Sponsored by Ghana Gas.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Ghana Gas. We have a life soap, Fortune Spread. So our life soap and Fortune Spread come from the Wilma Africa family, producers of Frytol and Fortune Rice and all of those. We also have M4 Weeby Biscuits by M4 Foods. So Weeby Biscuits has been making rounds in the schools. The kids love it, and they're back for a second time on the Literacy Challenge. And then we have Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now, Prospectus Ghana Limited, what they do is very simple. They say, when you are going to secondary school, you're given a prospectus. Come to us, we'll give you everything. Just give us a list, and then you go to school.
At 12:30, the exam began and ended at 2 p.m. Some of the students shared the experiences of the aptitude test. Isn't 30 minutes before the end of the paper too early?
I was done, and one of my teachers likes to say, if you don't know the answer, you don't know. So I did everything that I could, and then I left the ones that I didn't know how to answer.
The aptitude test was as simple as ABC, honestly. It wasn't difficult. When I was entering, I was feeling a bit nervous. When I saw the questions, I was released, and then I was even laughing because the questions weren't difficult as I thought.
At the end of the exam, General Manager of City FM and ChannelOne TV, Bernard Avle, shared some words with the students.
Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. This is the beginning of many, many more victories. Congrats to the parents, congrats to the students. We look forward to you guys winning Nobel Peace Prizes, Nobel Science, and all those wonderful things. So Ghana can be a great country.
For this year's Literacy Challenge, all the top 50 received medals and certificates with a special recognition for the top 3. If I wanted to write the best essay in the country, tell me how I'd be able to do that.
Okay, so first you put your trust in God and have faith in Him. And then second, you work hard, you put in the effort to make sure you write everything the way it should be written. You go over your work, so it's not a one-time thing where you write it and you're done, because you have to make edits. And then it's also
Did you receive any supervision from your teachers, from your parents? Did you get any help at all?
No, I didn't get any help at all. I did it on my own, but I did receive previous training from school, from reading a lot of books.
Happy it's been a successful day. What's next?
We'll be announcing the top 10 on Wednesday, the 31st of July. So we'll do it both on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and on Breakfast Daily on ChannelOne TV. Once we have our top 10, we will be moving around to their schools, presenting them with medals, celebrating them in the presence of their fellow students. So usually what happens is the schools will organize an assembly of sorts, and then we go and we celebrate the young people within their school premises. And let's remember that the winner is taking home 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy, and of course the bragging rights. So that's what's next, and I can't wait to see who continues in the competition.
All right, you are welcome back. And we just saw how the aptitude test went. But right now in the studio with me is the top three, the level 1 top three top three contestants who also partook in the aptitude test. And we have Sarah Ann GNK Quarte, who was the first position of the Literacy Challenge top 3 essays. And then she's representing New Nation School. And Yaira Ifra Hachu, second position of the Literacy Challenge top 3 essays, Faith Kids Academy, and then Era Abna Abeka Daniels, third position of the Literacy Challenge top 3 essays, Mount Zion Methodist Basic School. You guys are welcome.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
Fine? Good?
Excited.
Excited?
Yes.
All right, so before we get straight into it, obviously I saw you guys writing the exam. How was the exam? Oh, it's an aptitude test. How was it?
It was fine.
It was good? Someone said it was very easy, that she started laughing.
Yeah, it was actually very easy.
So did you laugh too, like her?
No.
How was it?
I didn't find it easy. The questions were different from what I was used to.
Oh, wow. How?
So some of the books were like Ghanaian literature books that I haven't read.
Ooh.
So I didn't know the answers to those questions.
Right. So that means after this, you might have to go through some Ghanaian literature. You know that, right? Yeah. All right. So let's get straight into it. Now, how did you hear about the Literacy Challenge?
On the radio.
On the radio?
City FM.
City FM?
Yes.
And what was it you that heard it, or mom and dad heard it?
We all heard it.
And then you were like, oh, I want to do this.
Yes.
And you?
Okay, so my dad is an ardent listener of City FM and Channel One. And we heard about it 3 years ago. By then I was in primary 6.
Yeah.
So my dad said when I get to GHS, I should attempt it. And I did.
Yeah.
And I made it to the top 50.
Yeah.
But I couldn't progress to the top 10.
Right.
So I tried again this year.
And then you're here.
Yes.
And how does it feel?
It feels so nice.
It feels nice, right?
Yes.
It's like one step to the finals, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. And you, how did you hear it?
When we were in class, my English teacher, Miss Maria, told us about the competition. And she told all of us to write, but some of them didn't want to write because I think they were scared.
Right.
And I decided to write, and I told my mom, and she said, okay, I should go ahead. And now this is what I've gotten to.
Wow, and how does your mom feel about it?
She's very proud of me.
She's very proud of you. And,
Yes.
and what does your English teacher think?
She thinks that I've tried my best because I'm one of the best students in her class.
Right.
And she likes me very much.
Right, that's nice.
Yes.
We like you too. All right, so now talking about the essay, obviously your essays were chosen top 3, right?
Yeah.
How did you prepare for the essay? I mean, it was in not less than 200 words, right about the role of the youth, right? Yeah, in shaping,
The future of Ghana.
yeah, the future of Ghana. So how did that how did you prepare towards that?
Okay, so I wrote it in 2 days. And I submitted it before, like 1 day before the deadline.
Why? Why did you have to wait for that long?
So to prepare, I thought about what I wanted to approach and what I wanted to talk about. And then I started writing, so I took a step-by-step introduction, body and
all that,
conclusion.
yeah. So it took you 2 days to write it?
Yes.
Yeah, and may we have an idea of what you wrote? How do you think you can actually help in, shaping the future of Ghana?
So in terms of youth, I thought it would be best to have a change of heart and mind. Because I think that's important. It's what we use to make our decisions.
Right.
So that's what I wrote about. And I wrote about how we should start preparing to take leadership positions when we're older. Yeah, so taking them, let's say, in the class as class prefect.
Right.
Or even learning to follow a leader.
Yeah. Are you in any leadership position?
I was book monitor.
Book monitor?
Yes.
So that means you read a lot?
Yes, please.
Sort of.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yara, and you, how did you prepare for it?
So I wrote the essay in I think a week. Yeah, and I also submitted it a day before the deadline.
Why? Why do you have to wait for so long?
Okay, I had to go through it.
Right.
Yes, and make some corrections. Yes.
Yeah.
And Ghana is facing a lot of problems, and most of the youth are unemployed. So self-employment. The youth can start their own businesses and also employ other people. Yes.
All right.
That can also make a change.
Okay, Arabna.
I also wrote the essay in 2 days.
Right.
And I submitted it 1 day to the deadline.
You guys are giving me some heart attack. Wow. Okay. How did you prepare for it?
First, I took a look at some things that the youth could do to improve Ghana, like setting up their own businesses, engaging in political issues, and promoting biodiversity and other stuff.
Right.
So after I took a look at these things, I sat down to write my essay, and I saw that there's a lot of apathy in youth. So they don't really care about things that go on in Ghana. So I decided that the essay that I'm going to write, I'll write it to empower the youth to take a step towards creating a better future for Ghana.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So talking about politics, do you know some of the things going on when it comes to the political field?
Yes, I know about Matthew Opoku Prempeh as Vice President Baumia running mate. And not a lot of people agree with that, but I sincerely don't see a problem with that.
Well, you are informed. I tell you that you are very informed. That's nice. That's nice. At least it's nice to see a young person being interested of what's happening in the country. I mean, a lot of youth should take cue from you, because I mean, not a lot of people know this your age, but then I'm so proud of you. I'm like your English teacher right now. I'm so proud of you that you know this right now. But then let's talk about the aptitude test. Did you ever think that you were going to make it to top 50? After writing that essay, did you think, hey, this will go top 50? Oh God, please help me. Lord, I need to make this. Did you ever think that?
I knew there was a possibility I would make it.
Okay.
But I just needed to wait and see if I did.
Right. I like your optimism. That's good. And you?
Okay, so I had...
Because this is the second time you were joining. Yeah.
I had someone read my essay. And when the person was done reading, he was like, this is top quality.
I like that. Top quality.
Yes.
Right.
So, I mean, I knew I would make it to the top 50 because I did it before and I knew I could do it again.
Right. So do you think doing it before actually has given you an idea of, what to prepare for?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, the aptitude test, for instance, last year when I wrote, the questions were difficult to me because that was my first time.
Right.
So this being my second time gave me a lot of experience.
Right.
Yes.
So among everyone, you are the most experienced right now.
Yes.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. And you, Arabna, did you think you were going to make it to top 50?
No.
Oh.
When I wrote it, I showed it to Miss Maria, and she told me that the essay was good. But hearing good from her isn't enough for me because she rules with an iron hand. That's is very true.
Right.
So when she told me that it was good, I was kind of disappointed.
Okay.
Because if she tells you that it's good, that means maybe your essay is substandard.
Right.
Or something.
So you wanted excellence.
Yes.
That's good. But you are here now, and we
Yes.
are grateful for that. We are happy about that, and we hope you make it to the next level. Now let me come back to you. When you heard your name being called among the top 50, how did that make you feel?
I was excited,
Right?
very excited, and I was grateful.
So how did you even hear your name?
On the radio.
Really?
So what happened was we didn't wake up early enough to hear when it was first being broadcast.
Right.
So one of my mother's friends called her and said that she thought she had heard my name. So that's when we turned on the radio, and then you were repeating the list again, and we heard it.
Oh, and you were excited?
Yes.
Were you jumping around?
Yes.
Oh, you guys were in the car, you were screaming, yay!
We were at home, so we were all jumping.
Yeah. Wow, that's nice. And you, Yaira?
Okay,
What was
I
the
was
feeling
also
like?
at home. When I heard my name, I was like, wow. I even started crying.
Oh, did you hear it on radio?
Yes.
You were alone, or you were with your parents?
At that time, I was alone.
And
in the car.
Really?
At home. Yes. So when I heard my name, then I ran inside and I said, Daddy, they just mentioned my name.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps, guys. Hey, Rabna, how was your experience like?
It was.
Were you called on the phone, or you heard your name on the radio too?
I didn't hear my name on the radio.
Okay.
But I was at school on Thursday, and my dad called my social studies teacher that he wanted to talk to me. And then when he gave me the phone, my dad told me that he was called that I was going to be part of the top 50 contestants, and we were going to write an aptitude test on Saturday. So when I heard it, I started jumping, and all my friends were like, what's going on, what's going on? And I was like, I'm part of the top 50, and they were all congratulating me.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. You guys are making me have goosebumps. I really can't wait to see, the outcome of everything. But now, I have listened to, a summary of your essays, and I think you guys have done really, 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 really well.
Thank you.
I'm actually also surprised, especially hearing from you, Rabna, that you know a bit of what's going on when it comes to the political field in the country. Not a lot of people your age know that, but that shows that you are well informed, and that that the youth can actually add to the betterment of the future of Ghana. So there were a lot of entries when it came to the essays. Yours made top 3. How did you feel that yours made top 3? Let me start with you. Yeah, so that's the third, second, and first. Yeah.
Yes. I felt very happy because it's not every time now when I write essays it goes well, especially with Miss Maria. I'll continue mentioning her name because you can write a perfect essay. Miss one full stop and she'll cancel everything for you.
Wow.
Miss one comma, she'll cancel everything for you. Miss one word, omit it, she'll cancel everything. She'll tell you that she doesn't want to be disgraced. So I really thank her because she has made me into what I am today.
Wow.
Especially when it comes to English and speaking and acting. Yes, I thank her very much.
Right, right. A very big thank you to Miss Maria of Mount Zion Methodist Basic School. Thank you so much. Seems like you've impacted so much in her, and then it's resulted to something very fruitful. And Yaira?
Okay, so when they were awarding the medals, I actually didn't know I was going to be part of the top 3. Then I realized that the medals on the table were getting finished, and they hadn't mentioned my name. So I was like, could it be?
Could it not be?
Then they mentioned my name.
Ooh.
I felt so overjoyed.
Yeah.
Because I really wasn't expecting to be part of the top 3.
That's why you have 2 medals, right?
Yes.
And you two have 2 medals.
Yes.
You didn't bring your own, Sarah.
No, I didn't.
So, but Sarah has 2 medals,
Yes.
and one is gold. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but for the top 3.
Yes.
Now, Sarah, how did you feel when you were mentioned as top 3 of top 3 best essays?
So I wasn't sure whether I was going to be part of the top 3. I had optimism, but you'll never know for sure.
You're very optimistic, actually. Listening to you, I think you're very optimistic.
Thank you. And I realized from the list my name had been first. So when they started calling and I didn't hear my name first, I was a little confused. So then I thought, oh, maybe they're saving top 3 for last. It was something that I thought.
Right.
Because then it would be easier to just give both medals at the same time. So when they called my name at the very end, I was quite excited because I realized that all the top 3 were getting theirs then. Yes, it was a very happy moment.
It was a happy moment. I can tell that you're happy. Right now, there are people watching you out there and they're wondering, should I partake in next year's on? What would you tell them?
Yes.
Look into the camera and then tell them.
I would tell them yes.
Yeah, look into the camera and tell them whatever you want to tell them.
I would say yes, go for it because, well, you never know what might come out of it.
Right. Yaira?
Okay, yeah. You have to partake because I didn't want to partake this year, but my dad pushed me.
Right.
Yeah, and this is the outcome.
And we are here.
Yes.
Right. And you, Rabna?
As for me, I'll say yes because you never know what might happen. When I wrote the essay and I told my mom that I was going to partake, she wasn't really sure that I'll get to the top 50, but she said, okay, let me try this, and I'm here. So I'll encourage everyone watching me right now to partake in next year's competition because you never know what might happen.
Okay. So now, obviously, the aptitude test is being marked. What is the feeling? What are you feeling? Because you've passed level 1 and you are now in level 2. What's the feeling? Am I going to get to level 3? What's on your mind?
Who's going first?
Okay. I'm hoping to make it to the top 10 because the questions weren't difficult. They were normal.
Easy peasy.
Normal things we do in the GHS level.
Yeah.
It was a mixture of English language, science, computing, social studies.
Right.
Everything, almost everything we've learned, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you, Sarah?
I'm optimistic, but again, I'm waiting to see what will happen.
Right. Irabna?
Okay, I also am optimistic.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure because some things that we haven't learned came. So I had to think like, a lot.
It's good to think,
And
don't worry.
yes, it was nerve-wracking, but
I know.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much, girls. It was really, really nice talking to you.
Thank
and
you.
I want to wish you good luck. And yes, my fingers are crossed for you. So I want to see you all on the next level, all right?
Okay.
So well done, well done. Just know that you're winners. Whatever outcome it is, you are all winners, okay?
Okay.
And also, I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Ghana Gas, Alive Soap, Fortune Spread for Bread, Weeby Biscuit by M4 Foods, and Prospectors Ghana Limited. And also look out, just look out, stick to your radios and listen because level 3 will be announced on Wednesday. Okay, and also it's going to be on TV too, right here on Breakfast Daily. We will definitely announce it here too for you to know what level 3 is going to look like. And once more, we've been speaking to Optimistic Sarah and GNK Kwate, for who was actually the one that won the first position of the Literacy Challenge top 3 essays from New Nation School. And let me see, Yaira, what do I give you? Excited Yaira, if we had you second position for the Literacy Challenge, top 3 essays, silver, and she's from Faith Kids Academy, and very, very, very thankful Irabna Abeka Daniels, who won the 3rd position for the Literacy Challenge for the top 3 essays from Mount Zion Methodist Basic School. It was really nice talking to you girls.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the top 3 essays for the Literacy Challenge level 1. They have written the level 2 aptitude test. Now let's keep our fingers crossed and see if they will make it to level 3, which will be announced on Wednesday.